Hello and welcome to the Tower Circus in Blackpool for the second session of this year's Mosconi Cup. The Europeans are the defending champions and are hoping to win again this year to make it 7 wins in the last 8. But the Americans are out for revenge after some humiliating results over the past few Mosconi Cups, and they have some new players in their lineup and hope this will bring them success. After the first day of the Mosconi Cup, it was the Europeans leading the charge 3-2 in this race to 11 points. However, the Americans took the first point of the second session with a great performance from the two Justins, Hall and Bergman. Aside from a dodgy lag from Bergman, the pair looked assured throughout as they got the better of the Europeans. Here's confirmation of the result after 6 matches have played out, and the scores are now level at 3 apiece. We still have 4 more matches to play here on day 2, a combination of singles and doubles, and coming next it's the match between Karl Boyes and Corey Deuel. This is a chance for one of the teams to take the lead again here in Blackpool. Let's hand over to your commentators, Jim White and Jerry Forsyth.
We'll settle into the first break. It's a race to 5 again. An all-important point awaiting the winner. Got the 9 moving, Jerry, but nothing else. He needs that 5 to come to his aid, and it looks like it did.
Yeah, this is not the way you want to open a match. Take a look at this break. Everything's flying around, just nothing can find a hole. But he sure didn't leave any cherries.
Yeah, Corey's just going to push out here. If he can't get through to this one, doesn't look like he can. It's just going to be a push out.
Push out.
And so Karl will come and have a look, and if he doesn't like it, he can put Corey back in. The push out legal only after the break. You basically do whatever you want with this shot.
Corey's going to try and make that 1 ball a little bit tougher to find a pocket.
Well, this is interesting. He's left the cue slightly hampered over the 9. Is there a pocket for the 1? This is a tricky little ask.
Well, he can go rail first and use the ball by the pocket as a cushion and use it to make the pocket a little bit bigger. Yeah, he can come off the rail into the 4 and then into the pocket. But do you want to do that shot right now?
You know, of the 10 players making up the Mosconi Cup on both sides, you've got the 2 at the table right now that have the best winning percentages with a minimum of 2 Mosconi Cups played. The 2 most decorated at the table.
Well, he got fortunate, Jim. He was trying to come off that 5 into the pocket.
Yeah, that wasn't the game plan, but he'll gratefully accept this little nugget.
Okay, settle down, please.
Notice where the 2 ball wound up. That's tough. I mean, even if you make the 1, it can't pay.
It was a good hit.
It's good.
And now he's putting the 7 behind the 9. And duly acknowledged by Karl Boyes. That was a terrific escape from the Prince of Pool.
Indeed it was, and this table is tough. There are problems everywhere you look. He can't possibly get shape on the 2 for a pocket. He can certainly get up table where he can get to it, but then there's nothing he can do with it.
Well, even playing a good aggressive safety will work nicely. Looks like a dead-on hit. Bank the 2 off 2 cushions and just try and park Whitey right behind that 6, Jerry. Could well pay dividends.
That's the shot.
came into this year's Mosconi Cup with an 82% winning ratio. Of the 11 matches played, he had won 9 of them. And this is a useful effort. He's trying to take that side cushion away. I don't know whether he did. Didn't quite get that cue ball as tight behind that 6 as he would have liked, and Corey knows it's a one cushion escape.
He'll hit it, but you know, there's not a whole lot to hide behind out in the middle of the table. You know, that may be a good, no, he can hit it. He can make it. I thought they were too close for him to make the cut, but I believe he can.
Yeah, the problem now lies in the 7. That was the one that when Corey made that terrific escape on the 1, he just kind of nudged the 7 up in behind the 9. Now that's his insurance policy.
And a good one it is from where that 6 ball lays on the other end of the table.
And he's trying to find cover behind it.
Well, the perfect spot on the rail to hit this 2 ball has a pocket in it. So he's going to have to do a little spinning here if he's going to kick this ball. Well, he's going to go behind it and just kill the cue ball off the rail.
He'll be just ducking here again, looking for cover with the cue ball. Just bank the 2 to the top cushion as we look and run and try and duck in behind a color with the white.
I really love these safety wars because it gives you a chance to show how much cue ball control these guys have. And that's the part of the game that amazes me, how they control that white rock.
He'd love to get this in behind the 3. Not a very good effort from Karl there.
No, he wanted to be all the way down on the foot rail.
And this gives Corey a chance now. A thin clip on the 2. If he elects to try and bring the cue ball down behind the 5 and the 3, bottom right as we look. Now he could even get aggressive here, but tough ass. Could look at the 4 here with the billiard. And that's exactly what he tried to do. Tried to bank the 2, make the 4 as well, and he's on the 3.
Corey never lacks for courage.
What a shot from Corey Deuel there. Great effort. He's very creative and described that way by Captain Mark Wilson as a type of player who can pull out an extraordinary shot when required. And certainly not lacking in confidence.
Needs that cue ball to slow down.
He's got no shot here, so I can't see Corey attacking from this position. But you really would have to expect him to play a good attacking safety.
Yeah, put that cue ball behind the 7-9.
That's a weak effort, Jerry.
Yeah,
that's a very weak effort from Corey, and he'd be the first to acknowledge it.
Yeah, and he's made the 7 ball a bit easier to reach.
Corey had control of this rack, and he's given it back to Karl Boyes, and Mark Gray and Johan Rushink know it.
7 will be available now.
That'll do.
A very friendly nudge.
Well, in fairness, Jerry would have had to have been pretty unlucky not to have left himself a chance at the 8. But yeah, you're right. This didn't work out too bad. Secures the first rack. Hoping for another 4 to follow. Join us after the break. The Mosconi Cup will continue.
Welcome back to the Mosconi Cup at the Tower Circus in Blackpool. At the table right now, it's a singles match between Karl Boyes and Corey Deuel, and the European has taken the early lead 1-0. Let's rejoin your commentary team.
Look out.
Well, the one ball went in the side. The cue ball almost followed. But it nips the nose of that side pocket and stays out. Not the easiest shot in the world, but this shot is certainly in Corey's book.
Yeah, he'll eye this one up.
Although the way the 3 ball's sitting, he may choose a safety here.
Look out. A miss hit. As good as Deuel looked on day 1. What a difference a day makes.
Yeah, he wanted to catch more of that ball.
He'll play the combination here, Jerry. Just control position from the cue ball to the 2 and getting the 8.
Attention, please.
And so important to leave himself an angle to get up for the 3. Doesn't look like the 3 will go by the 6. Now he's looking at playing the billiard. He'll use, well, at least that's what he was looking at there. Either way, he's going at the 8. Just a little trickier to negotiate position and the angle that you want to leave yourself on the 2 here.
Oh, that couldn't ask for better than that. Does he have any angle to get back down table? Yes, he does.
And he's going to have to force this, though. Looks like a force follow. I don't think he's got enough angle. He'd like to be able to swung that cue ball around the angles. Get over to the left-hand side of the table as we look. Now he's going to have to force follow it, Jerry. A little tougher to control.
Well, he did a fine job of it. Everything's got a pocket.
Now, can Karl just miss that 6 with the cue ball?
That's my only question. Can he get past the 6? I think he can. No. But he's all right anyway.
Five to the side. And he's going to have to just jack up a little bit. Or 4 first beside the 9. Oh, how sweet did he hit that?
I tell you what, you can't really fault him for this rack. This gives him easy shape on the 6. Only one more hill to climb. That's getting from the 6 to the 7.
He's played a couple real nice shots, though, in this rack.
And he just made that trip pretty easy. From there, just back and forth across the table.
Yeah, just cheating the pocket slightly, and he's overhit this. Just marginally overhit it. Now choices. You want to take the cue ball into the 9? A little bit of pot luck, or do you want to try and miss the 9, take the cue ball up table and bring it back down towards the 9? His choice.
I like going 3 rails for that 9. Let the adrenaline out of your arm a little bit because you can stroke that. But he ran into the 9.
Yeah, that was always going to be the tricky option. Now, either a very thin cut on the 9 or a bank. And I think it's going to be the thin cut.
Yeah. Karl Boyes now leads our race to 5, 2-0. Getting a lot of encouragement from his captain and his team members, and the crowd. Well, we don't have to tell you who they like.
That was a great rack from Karl. Few anxious moments, but you know, to be able to walk away from the table after knocking in a real solid shot like this, you know you're going to be tough, and never looked out.
Well, Karl has never lacked in confidence.
But it was a mistake from Deuel, the scratch, and trying to cut that 2 in. That really gave Boyes the chance. So Corey's got to stay positive, wait for an opportunity.
Okay. Settle down, please, ladies and gentlemen.
But certainly momentum has swung back to Team Europe.
Okay, thank you very much.
A scratch on the break. Corey Deuel gets to
USA.
take ball in hand and put that cue ball anywhere he wishes. Here's another look. You can see that was just a mistake on the break shot.
Yeah, he knows it. Just a miss hit. And Corey in his mind just looking at the path he wants that cue ball to take.
A lot of traffic in the middle of the table now. .50-yard line, Jim.
Yeah, not Corey's best positional effort right away. Just struggling a bit. He needs a little table time under his belt. Either way, he's got to leave a window to the 3.
Everybody, please. Thank you.
Bottom right.
Not enough speed, I don't believe. Oh, he got there. He can make this shot into the upper right-hand pocket.
Corey partnered Justin Hall on day 1, and they actually beat Darren Appleton and Karl Boyes 5-3 in a doubles match. And Boyes and Appleton, the reigning World Cup of Pool champions. So what a feather in their cap on that occasion.
Yeah, but you can tell that the cue ball is not obeying Corey. He wanted to be a little bit further out on the table here. This is a tough cut. Makes it look easy and makes shape.
Best shot he's played. Finally, he's back online. A little nervous, Corey Deuel, but he delivered that cue nicely. You can see right through on its intended line, but a little wobbly in the back arm.
Well, if he can get past this 7, obviously the table's his. I tell you what, I think there's a little fear in Corey's heart. That's just not the kind of shot I'm used to seeing Corey make.
Some great shot making courtesy of Corey Deuel. Still a 2-1 lead to Team Europe here on day 2, match number 2. The 21st Mosconi Cup continues following the break. It's 9-ball pool of the highest order, the 21st Mosconi Cup. USA secure the first point. Europe looking to fight back here in the second match. 5 in total here on day 2, and it's a race to 11 points. Each match representing a point win. And there we go, 3-3 right now, the overall score.
Right here,
as I
please.
said, America haven't secured the first point here on day 2, but Corey trails Karl 2-1 in this particular match. Seven didn't drop.
And the 1 ball has a pocket, but the cue ball will be moving away from the 2, so he's got to work a little magic.
Yeah, Corey a little dejected as he slaps the chalk on the table, but he hasn't left Karl anything easy here.
Easy or not, these players would rather be at the table, obviously, than sitting in the chair.
He can cut this 1 past the 8 into the corner, but position to the 2, I think, is what concerns him more. The 2 on the same side of the table.
Yeah, I don't see how he can reward himself with this.
Yeah, he's just looking to duck here, I think, Jerry. And it's just a question in his mind, which one affords the most evil position to leave his opponent.
Extension, please. Thank you.
Karl wants to think about this one a little while.
He's holding his cue right down in the middle. I think that's where he wants the 1 to contact. He'd like to try and get that cue ball in behind either the 3 or the 5. Red 3, orange 5. But this is tough. He could even draw over in behind the 2. Oh, he's trying to get it behind the 5. Just missed, and he's left Corey a chance. He's left Deuel an open look at the 1.
If he makes that 1 ball, can he escape hitting the 9? I think he can. I think he can get just above it.
A little movement there from Corey. I saw his shoulder just dip after he delivered the cue. And watch the shoulder here. Just goes down. A little bit of unforced movement just prior to delivering that cue. Always a sign of pressure. And this is something that Mark Wilson has really tried to stress, sound fundamentals. Well, that's a much better effort from Karl Boyes. And I think you might see the short cue come out from Corey Deuel here. He does have a jump shot on offer. Just have to get over that 7, or pardon me, the 5. The orange 5.
Well, there's not a lot of profit in that shot. But first goal is to get over the ball and hit that 1 ball. Good things can happen.
Yeah, he just got to, if he can get over this ball here,
down, folks.
he's going to
Thank you.
contact the 1. There's no pocket for it, though, Jer.
Come on.
Not unless he can skin it off the 8, and I doubt that.
Oh, he's left him a chance now. The first real opportunity falling to Karl Boyes. Go around the back of the 5 and the 3. He's got a nice angle on this 1. Just got to avoid contacting any colors here.
Wants to get just past the center of the table. Oh, and that'll do just fine.
It's not an easy table, though. Even knocking this 2, and he's going to leave himself over on the left-hand side, right about where he's standing on the 3, and he's got to get from the 3 to the 4, and the 4 at the opposite end of the table. So he's got an awful lot of work to do here. And you can see him willing that cue ball on. Yeah, this is tricky, and he knows it.
Yeah, he'll have to play this with a lot of top right and go out 2 rails. Again, just the center of the table would be a good place to wind up.
You know what, Jerry? I think you're dead on. If he tries to get too cute here and get too close to that 4, he brings the 9 into the equation. I think middle of the table will do nicely. Well played. Very well played. And also offers a nice angle to get back up table. I mean, cue ball's doing a lot of traveling here.
Well, he's in a very sweet spot now.
Nothing but a glaring mistake now will bring Deuel out of his chair in this rack.
Yeah, I think Corey can sit back and relax for a while. No damage done there. He would have liked to have been a couple of inches further out, but it's okay.
To a man. They're playing for that name on the back of their shirts. The 2-rack lead reestablished courtesy of Box Office Boys. 3-1 and against Deuel's break, so Karl knows he'll break in the next, and Johan Ruschink, non-playing captain, as yet to taste defeat. He's had 1 draw in all his time in the Mosconi Cup as captain, and he doesn't want to taste defeat here in Blackpool.
Okay,
Karl was part of
everybody.
the 5-man
This is rack number 5.
winning side here.
Europe is breaking.
First match to
They
kick
lead
off
3-1.
Mosconi
Settle
Cup.
down, everybody. Settle
apart
down.
from that,
Come on. Thank you.
Not much else happening for him. So he wants to do something on his own here and bring his team out of their chairs. Rack number 5. 1 down. He's got a shot at the 2. 5 into the side. 3, 4. This is a great break from Boyes.
Yeah, this sets up beautifully for the run. And if he runs this, he'll be on the hill. Only 1 game away from winning.
Karl, another player who honed his skills on the Great Britain 9-ball tour, as did Mark Gray. You know, that tour accounting for so many class players. over the years, and you just feel that it's only going to provide us with more.
Karl is shooting with such a confident arm. That's what Corey needs to develop. Karl looks at ease, and Corey's looking kind of nervous out there.
Not necessarily a winning posture from Deuel.
No, very defensive.
Well, you know that Team USA, they're not going to be hanging their heads at no time, win or lose. Nine down, 4-1 confirmed in our second match of day 2. Team Europe looking to get their noses back in front here in Blackpool.
Welcome back to the Mosconi Cup, the tournament which sees the United States and Europe go toe-to-toe for one of the most prestigious events in world pool. And so far the overall score is 3 apiece. Both teams are hoping to take the lead after this game, and the Englishman Karl Boyes is looking strong, leading 4-1 in a race to 5 racks.
As we would expect, the crowd here in Blackpool, like nothing we've ever seen before. In numbers, approximately 1,200 strong. And I'd say about 1,150 of them are supporting Team Europe. And our American referee, Ken Schumann, just saying, okay, guys, put a cork on it. 4-1 he trails.
Oh, and
little unlucky, Jerry. Little unlucky there. That one was tracking towards the corner. You'll see it again. If it doesn't get hit by the 2 here, it's going to be right over the corner pocket.
And again, the table's setting up tough. The 3 balls in a tough position.
Well, we saw Corey make a terrific bank early in this match. Well, not this time. He's running for cover here, and I think he's found it. And there's the definition of cover.
Good shot there from Corey. He may have re-energized himself during that break.
Yeah, the red 3 ball, the one just above the cue ball in the 8 where Karl is cueing. Looks like it may be a bit of a concern.
He makes the hit and gets a safety, Jim. He really repaid that safety with interest.
Yeah, the crowd will let you know the result. Looking at the same escape path as the one that Karl just showed him here.
Ladies and gentlemen, please.
Corey's
Thank you very much.
just as tricky and fraught with danger.
Yeah, if he nips the top side of that 1 ball, he could scratch here.
Good.
Wow.
That's the way to come
What an
back.
effort from Deuel. he's got the 9 close to the 1. Looks like his intentions are to try and attack this one off one cushion. And
Extension, please.
Anything can happen. If that 9 ball starts rolling, the 7 ball could actually help it into the pocket. Could find the pocket on its own. But then you got to really, you're turning everything loose. You're risking selling out the table.
yeah, and this isn't the easiest hit either.
How are they rolling for you, Karl?
Well, good news, bad news, Jerry. Once again, you see the 1, but it's finished in no man's land on the blue 2.
Yeah, he'll be aiming up off the rail for this one. He'll probably hit it pretty firmly. He wants to get some distance between the 2 ball and the cue ball.
He'll take that. He'll take that in a New York minute.
Yes, he will. But with a full ball to work with, he doesn't have to like the next shot he's going to face. And I mean, Corey can do some work here and play a nice safety.
What a shot from Deuel. I don't know if that was exactly what he had in mind, but it sure has worked out nicely.
Yeah, the second half of this match has shown us a different Corey Deuel from the first half.
You know, that was extremely creative from Deuel.
Indeed. I mean, early on, it looked really bad for Corey, but it may be too little too late, but at least he's got his confidence back. Look at this safety that Karl manufactured. It doesn't get any better than this, Jim.
Well, Corey's bending down to see this. I don't think he can see enough to make it. Not quite.
Nope.
Okay, settle down, folks. Thank you.
Kicks it out, and I'm sure he's going to be very pleased with that.
Terrific stuff from both players. Obviously, given the score, 4-1 here in favor of Karl. There's only one player that can't afford the mistake here. That's not going to ease Karl Boyes' mind. This is all about momentum and those psychological body blows that players and teams exchange.
Absolutely. Now, is he going to leave Corey a shot? I believe he is. Now, Jim, there's an old saying in pool. When you're behind, you got to play like a lion. If you're ahead, you can play like a lamb. I'd like to see a lot of aggression from Corey here.
Well, some terrific safety play has forged the opening for Deuel. And everything's there for him. We've already noted that Corey partnered Justin Bergman in beating Darren Appleton and Boyes on day 1. But this is his first singles match, and players do tend to take the singles matches a little more personally.
Oof. He may have been trying to cheat the pocket a little bit, but I doubt he wanted to cheat it that much.
Thank you.
Nevertheless, a ball down is a ball down.
You really do have to block this crowd out because they have something to say on every single visit. Some terrific safety play from Corey. Kick, shot here and there. And a just result in that rack. 4-2 still, he trails Karl Boyes.
Karl knows he can't let up. You can't let up against any player of this caliber. You've just got to bear down, keep that killer instinct alive.
Well, Karl gets his break cue.
Yeah, this break's going to tell a big story. You've got an open table. Deuel may not rise from his chair.
And given the score in the alternating format here, Karl knows he'll break at least twice.
Yeah, but if Corey can break his serve here and win this rack, it'll be 4-3 with Corey breaking, and he can tie us up.
All right, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Settle down, please.
I like that plan. I like a nice, close match.
They lead 4-2.
Another dry break from Boyes brings Corey to the table with at least an opportunity.
Yeah, and Jerry, I think he'll fire at this. The 2 is in the weeds, really. But the angle that Karl has left Corey on this 1, if he gets it, the cue ball is going to float over towards the 2. No, he went at the 9. Well, he's fluked the 1. Well, that's about where he would have ended up if he'd have pocketed the 1 straight.
Yeah.
But he shot at the 9 there. That was aggressive, to say the least. Look at it again. This isn't too far from where the cue ball would have been if he'd have just knocked the 1 down the cushion. So a chance to play a good attacking safety here. I don't know how good that is. He might have left Karl just the 1 cushion escape. And this should have been a lot darker than that.
Yeah, and it's no question that Karl will make a good hit. It's where does he send the 2? If he could get it to go one rail down into the middle of that head rail and leave the cue ball down there, that would be a perfect result.
You can see him. He tried to use the 6 and 4 for cover. He didn't quite get it.
Now, if Corey wishes to bank this ball, the 9 ball makes the pocket a lot larger.
Yeah, the problem with that, though, Jerry, is it doesn't give him position to the 3. So if he's going to attack here, he'll be trying to cut this in. But I wouldn't be surprised to see Corey duck. Got a couple colors that he can try and hide behind, and that's what he's trying to. He flew at the 9 again. Yeah, I don't know. You know, that's 2 shots from Corey. For me, a little uncharacteristic. He's got a lot of experience. And if there's a player that knows you don't surge too strong when you see the finish line, it's Corey Deuel. You got to keep a nice,
down,
even
everybody.
pace.
Thank you.
Yeah, he's given Boyes a chance now to try and secure the match. Mind you, you think about what our Navy SEAL friend from Team USA said about relentless positivity, and yeah, maybe that's what Corey was trying to display there.
Great shape to clear the table here. There's our see your friend, Amir Pakishan.
Yeah, he's not thrilled with how this one is playing out. He'd like to have seen America stay with the surge that was presented them by the two Justins in the first match.
Emir just doesn't believe in losing.
Not an option. Not an option to him.
I think the only little concern Karl has here is where if he moves the 8-ball too much, and there's really no need to do that. Yeah, that's great. Sets himself up for a 7-9 combination if he wants it, but I'd rather run him out.
Well, only if he can get to the left-hand side of the table. If not, it's going to be a 7-9.
Yeah, he didn't try to follow that at all. He was playing for the combination the whole way. This for the match.
Yeah, the crowd here at the Tower Circus will let you know whether this one falls. So even if you're in the washrooms, you're going to hear the end result here. And Karl Boyes lets you know as well. A 5-2 win, and Europe back 4-3 in front. A massive singles point for Team Europe.
Here's confirmation of that last result. The Europeans now lead the overall score 4-3. There are still 3 more matches left in this session, 2 doubles and 1 singles. Next time, Darren Appleton and Nikos Economopoulos pair up against John Schmidt and Shane Van Boning. It's guaranteed to be another exciting match as Team USA hope to level the scores once again. But for now, the Europeans can celebrate their victory against Corey Deuel with their home fans here in Blackpool.